For some, hearing about the future is an indispensable passion. The number of people who cannot make their program of the day without reading their fortune is not small. From primitive tribes in Africa to today's modern humans, many people wonder about the future and spend time and money on it. Moreover, it is not a modern-day curiosity. It has been a curiosity that has remained fresh through the ages to learn about the unknown and perhaps to learn about the future in order to change destiny. From ancient China to Mesopotamia, from ancient Egypt to the Roman Empire, thousands of divination centers have been built and different fortune-telling methods have been developed all over the world. Today, we will talk about the Temple of Apollo in Didim, one of the most important prophecy centers in Anatolia in ancient times. Considered among the best preserved temples of antiquity, the Temple of Apollo is also the third largest prophecy center in the ancient world. The temple is located in the Didim district of today's modern city of Aydın. The Temple of Apollo is the sanctuary of Milet, the powerful capital of Ionia, and the center of wisdom for prominent Ionian cities such as Ephesus and Priene. Its construction took hundreds of years and could never be finished. The temple is so big that Strabo, the famous geographer of ancient times, wrote that it cannot be covered because of its size. The temple, which was destroyed as a result of wars and fires, was rebuilt by Alexander the Great and later by the Roman emperors. The leading god of Greek mythology, Apollo, is the god of art, music and inspiration. He also has the ability to read the future. According to the legend, Apollo met the shepherd Brancos one day and taught him the secrets of divination. The shepherd established the first temple of Apollo to reward this divine ability. The descendants of the shepherd Brancos were both priests and administrators in the temple of Apollo for a very long time. This wisdom center of the ancient world became so important that in time the kings would come to the temple to try to learn about the future before they declared war on the other states and before the merchants set sail. No one would think of making an important decision without asking Apollo. According to the prophecy text unearthed during the excavations, those who wanted to learn what would happen in the future first paid a certain fee, and those who were in good financial condition would dedicate a sacrifice to the temple. Before prophesying, the priests fasted for 3 days, washed with holy water, and prepared the sacrifice in the same way. The person would convey the question he wanted the god Apollo to answer by writing it down on a piece of paper. The oracle would see the future by looking at the holy water, the most important element of the temple, and would respond at the end of an appropriate time. However, it is stated in the sources that this is a deception, since the oracles never specify definite judgments and what is said can be taken with different meanings. People still continue to trust the oracles, visiting the temple and hearing about the future. Until Christianity spread and fortune-telling, witchcraft and foretelling were outlawed. The Temple of Apollo is an extremely impressive sanctuary with its magnificent columns that have survived to the present day. The largest single piece of gigantic marble block of its time and its unique plan. Some experts say that if it was completed, it would easily be one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Even after hundreds of years, it amazes oneself with its size, craftsmanship, technical innovations used, and the quality of the materials. The Temple of Apollo has been welcoming visitors for hundreds of years with the head of Medusa at the entrance. According to Greek mythology, Medusa is one of the 3 siblings in the underworld. It is believed that this snake-haired beast turns everything to stone with her gaze. For this reason, the ancient Greeks placed the statue of Medusa in the buildings and sanctuaries they wanted to protect and embroidered it on their shields and armor. Here, the head of Medusa at the entrance of the Temple of Apollo was placed to protect the temple from evil. The spring water and the laurel tree in the Temple of Apollo had been considered sacred since the earliest times it was built. This freshwater source also formed the basis of the sanctuary. It was used as a divination or prophecy fountain, and it was never covered in order to receive the messages sent by the gods from the sky. Unfortunately, this spring has not survived until today. Another striking element of the temple, which has rich and ostentatious decorations, is its gigantic columns. The 120 columns in the temple are the most striking columns not only of Anatolia, but also of the entire Roman Empire. The column bases, adorned with the vegetation of the region and wild mythological animals, reveal master stonework. With its columns made of limestone and marble, rich reliefs and strikingly beautiful structure, the temple reveals that the aesthetic concern in architecture existed approximately 2,500 years ago. Although Didim is identified with the Temple of Apollo, there are impressive natural areas around it. The most important river of the region, Menderes, and Dilek Peninsula National Park with its delta are especially worth seeing. Because it contains the elements of the Mediterranean and Siberian flora, due to its unique plant diversity, the national park has been recognized as a flora biogenetic reserve area by the Council of Europe. Büyük Menderes Delta is a wetland intertwined with Lake Bafa, one of Turkey's important bird-watching areas. Biodiversity, endemic species and endangered species. It is one of international importance as it is the natural habitat of many creatures, which is why it is protected by the decision of the Ramsar Convention, the Bern Convention, the Rio Conventions and the Barcelona Convention. Dilek Peninsula National Park and Büyük Menderes Delta are two of the must-stops for those who come to see Didim, ancient city, and the Temple of Apollo.